Morning to Nanapia Mesa from Frimpong, aka Xylophone Police. Xylophone Police. I see ya. I hope you're good, big man. Okay, Nana, you ready to take over? Let's see how we can wrap up this topic.
I'm saying Facebook your time. So Andra, you're dying.
One year.
Oh, die.
Ah, okay.
This is a very tough conversation. I must say that my friends and colleagues, they've spoken very well. This is my 2 cents. One, I want to look at it from a different angle for a minute. Okay, so in December or early October to late November, there were rallies that were held. These rallies brought together over 10,000 of people, because they had to campaign and all that kind of thing. And okay, government must lead by example. I respect that. I know, sir, it's very difficult taking or soaking in something that you cause. So obviously, you don't expect the government. It's like only
Nana Koso. Nana Twaso.
What am I saying? Say more visitors for her. I said walk walano and away then. Oji tum say one away. What am I saying? I'm saying that it's true. Government or political parties led a certain direction early September to late November before the elections. And these actions they took brought together thousands of people. But let's be realistically on the table right now. Let's check it correct. Between that same period, entertainment people also took advantage of what is happening and also cashed in. Perhaps I can actually say that D Black was posting every time 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 90 power with less respect to protocols for COVID and all that. It's not only D Black's place. Every pub and club in this country, from the same duration between the late early September to late November, no, even to late December in Ghana, were milking, were cashing in, and everybody was quiet. So I respect people who say government must lead by example. But I feel that as creative people, we shouldn't say that because the politician did the rally, he is allowed to, but we are not allowed to, so we also do our own thing. That's why a politician sat on national TV and said, fellow Ghanaians, you are the ones that caused the thing, because from their data, the COVID picked up December from parties and all these things. Do you understand? So we also, as entertainment people, as creative people, we neglected the rules. We also disrespected the rules of COVID. A lot of events happen in this country. A lot of events happen. A lot of, yes, I'm telling you. And these are things that, and you see all these guys from UK that came into town December, everywhere was lit. The polo grounds was heavy on rotation. Stars were performing. Meanwhile, we knew there was a ban on events in this country. You get what I'm trying to say? So if you disregard the protocols and now you have to pay a heavy price for it, you've already cashed in. Some of us must cry, but I'll come to that side. So on the entrepreneurial side of creative people, this is what is happening to us. 2 + 2 is now 3, it's not 4, because you cashed in. You have to sit back and then manage the money. Yes. When it was +2, then now it's -1. You understand? Because you cashed in. You took advantage of the same mistake that these politicians were doing, and then you also cashed in. So if he comes to say that you are the ones that caused the thing, I mean, in all honesty, you can't fault him too much. You know what I'm trying to say? He didn't do well. Yes, they are leaders. They're supposed to know better. I respect that. But we are also the big influencers. When, like he said, like Obiche said, when Sarkodie tweets, just look at what happens on social media. So just imagine that at that same time, we are taking our precautions seriously, knowing that our industry is in 3 seasons. We were just getting to our peak season. So our industry is in January. Our industry is slow.
Rock City Hotel.
Yes. In January, our industry is very slow. Obianim. No creative art industry will tell you that January is a booming season.
It starts getting better from February.
Yes. So we should have also thought about tomorrow, like how in the other world they've been thinking about it. Have you ever seen that a festival happen in December in any of the world, in any of the countries that we look up to? No. But we were doing it. Rapaholic happened, didn't it?
It did.
A lot of parties happen at Sandbox and all these places. We were doing it.
Maha Beach.
Yeah, but elsewhere nobody was doing anything. Because they are trying to prevent, they're trying to save their tomorrow than think of now. But we thought of now than tomorrow. So we are paying the price. Let me talk about the other side of this whole thing.
Okay.
Which is the content side. Now, we are going back to content. So you ask, we are just picking up and then the government said this, so what will happen to us? We are going back to content. This is why I always say, last time I said it here before, when our creative arts people are supposed to wake up and be active, they sleep because they are cashing in. Last year, we could have gone to the table with these politicians and said that, listen, we can educate people on coronavirus. We don't want money. All we want is structures that will benefit creative people from music, movies, those who are into these artisans and all these things. What am I talking about? Only for music, we could have gone to the table and say, we rally Stoneboy, Sako, Shatter, and all these guys who hit the street and educate people. What we need from you is to implement or help us buy the login system or pay-per-play system to help royalties, collections, and data. What did we do? We didn't do that. We were cashing in. So we didn't go to the table. Politicians approached musicians last year. Samini did a song for Nanado.
Yeah.
Sako did a controversial song with Kwame Eugene. What happened to that? They were cashing in, so they were quiet. Shatta went to Nzema with Fantane's mother.
Yeah.
Right? They were cashing in, so they were quiet. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Meanwhile, we had an acting creative arts council that could have led a conversation with the politicians and say, yo, COVID is still around. So this is what we are looking for. For our movie industry, please help us to fix A, B, C, so that tomorrow, if we don't have to even go out, our producers can still produce or put their movies on this A, B, C, D process and still make some money. You are crying for corporate for government interventions when it comes to creative art. Well, how much do we contribute? Sports sector, they contribute. The government is able to calculate it. So he was able to support the sports people
industry,
yeah, because they're able to calculate the money to say that, okay, on my 2 city, on my 3 city, do salary because systems need new it may correct calculations, what am I saying? So I felt like we should have gone to the table. Table no so. Now, where are we now? Obesity season because it's content time. In the world, movies are now shifting onto these VOD platforms, video on demand platforms, so Netflix, Showmax, and all these platforms. Are they working? Yes, research shows that in the beginning of COVID in 2019 to 2020, about 2020, now but later Amanfo began to adjust. What is the Creative Arts Council doing with regards to telecommunications networks in Ghana with data? This is the time to go on the table and say, let's create a certain platform that will make every telecom user from Airtel to go MTN to whatever, right? Access the platform so we can pay with mobile money to watch some of these things. You get what I'm trying to say, right? Individually, people are doing their own pay platforms, but just imagine that we are able to go to the table with all these people. Say now we are hit by a certain pandemic. This is the time people and you'll be on a Visa card. And you'll be on a MasterCard. Oh, bit Marco Tiamo, a Netflix CB, and I say iTunes CB. So what happened to those people? We can also think about the end user as well. Or if you then obey. So we can go to the table with these guys and say, listen, it is now for content to reign, for music, movies, OBR, comedy, whatever. Yeah. If we sit down with these telcos, and they can, because I've worked in a telco before, so I know what I'm saying. It's possible to create a line out that everybody can access at a very discounted data charges, so that creatives can keep on doing their work, and then they can also make money. Then there will still be money circulating in our industry. Because I guess ideas, I mean, asamaba. What am I saying? So we are hit. Yes, it's true. But if we are going to sit down right now and not go to the table with certain conversations with the government wouldn't know what to do for us. See, this is a time where the minister of creative arts, right? This is the time. This is where his job starts now. He needs to go and talk and lobby for us. This is it now, because it is not time to play. We will not play we will stop playing the blame games. It's okay. We are hit with the pandemic. Okay. Now let's look at how to solve the problem. So this is his job time. And every creative entrepreneur, from the event side and wellness and everything, we have to go back into content. Why it shows that now bill money and why it shows you can be cutting and editing them and then be putting it on these VOD platform for people to watch and pay. And yes, idea jobs now man for losing in the creative sector alone. If you calculate, boss, it's crazy.
Thank you, Nana Yari.